Pinky Anand, just moving away from the specific individual merits of these cases, did person A, B, C say it or not, if one just looks at the overall principle set by the highest court itself, that's the question which many are asking of whether different standards are at play. In Arnab Goswami case, the court gave the protection saying will be a travesty of justice if bail is not granted while FIR is pending, if constitutional courts don't interfere travelling on the path of destruction. But when it comes to others, Pinky Anand, it seems to be a very different set of responses.
Vasu, I'm afraid that you cannot take particular lines from a judgment in respect of, for example, Arnab's case and transport them into and hope to translate them across board. Bails in any case are specific to, principles are there, the common principles across board.
I'm on the principle. I'm on the principle.
No. Just let me get there.
Yeah.
So you do have principles which are established for bail. For example, tampering of witnesses, for example, the investigation is pending, for example, the material seized, for example, the gravity of the offence, for example, the threatening of witnesses, all that is settled law by now, and this is hardly open to any issue.
Right.
How it has been done, for example, in Arnab's case was in the backdrop of that case where there was an issue, and I don't want to go there for a moment. But coming to the case at hand, we are talking about some of the observations which the judges made, the single judge made, while declining bail.
Yes.
And if you look at the reason why he actually declined bail, and that is somewhat interesting, is that the evidence and material collected so far suggests that in an organized public show, under the garb of stand-up comedy at a public place on commercial lines, prima facie scurrilous, disparaging utterances, outraging religious sentiments with deliberate intent were made by the applicants, and the court said, in terms, whatever I have said, be that as it may, this court refrains from commenting about contentions of the parties, but regard having been made to the material seized, the statement of witnesses, and that the investigation is in progress, no case is made out for grant of bail.
So this is what
this
is the point here. But isn't there, isn't there a contradiction? One second, Pinky Anand, hold on. On one hand, the court says that we will not get into merits, then also goes on to say prima facie, we do appear to find that these comments have been made. As we've just seen from the FIR itself and from the statements, there are serious question marks over whether the prosecution has been able to provide evidence of whether these comments were made or not. The case diary was not even submitted to the court, though the court themselves insisted on it. So I'm saying in such a situation, when you've already laid down certain principles about travesty of justice if bail is not granted while FIR is pending, A read with B, and yet you deny bail.
Vasu, again, as I said, you can't read A with B in that fashion and translate it across board. In Arnab's case, just for a moment, since you are talking about that case and the lines from that judgment which talk about constitutional courts exercising rights of liberty, it was a case where the case had been closed, reopened, and nothing happened thereafter. The fact that he was put behind bars in the situation that he was, the entire manner in which it was done, and in those circumstances, what the courts hold regarding liberty, of course, and there is no ambiguity whatsoever on that liberty issue. But you have a case as at present for a moment, you have investigation going on, you have, as far as the court is concerned, the gravity established from the statement of the witnesses as the court has held, and in these circumstances, the bail has been denied, including the materials which have been already searched and seized. So, you can't translate that across board. Otherwise, as a matter of law, you could say, and possibly that is what you are trying to say, is that bail should be granted in all cases. It can't.